The Orange Democratic Movement Party leader Oburu Oginga now has said that enough is enough, and he has stopped begging Sifuna and Brigade to come back to ODM Linda ground, and now is vowing to deal with the Sifuna and also to make sure he is wiping away the wave that Sifuna has amassed in the Luo nation. Watch this video.
And we don't care about people whose agenda is to remove an individual. That Ruto must go. So if Ruto goes, so what? If Ruto goes, so what? So the question of Ruto must go is not our agenda. Those who are on that path. But I must say that those who are saying Linda something else they are our people. They are members of our party. But they have forgotten one thing, that in a democracy there must be discipline. You cannot just talk against the party policy and you still expect to hold high office in the same party. You cannot. You think we are weak. We think we are weak. You think Oburu is old. You think Oburu is weak. I can assure you I am not weak. Is gold. Yes. And you people should just, if they want to fly, they can fly. But if they want to come back to the party, we shall admit them, but readmit them. But they must know that when they come with a tail which is a coiled tail. And they cannot think that they will start from the top. They will not start from the top. That is yes. Well, I thank you very much. And I want to say...
Now, Oburu Oginga was attending an ODM Nyanza delegates consultative meeting where he made these allegations saying that Sifuna, in as much as he may be in the Linda Mwananchi, he is nothing. He said that he is old, but he is not weak to deal with such individuals like Edwin Sifuna. And further, he talked about what has been said by Linda Mwananchi so much about Ruto must go and also one-term narratives. According to Oburu Oginga, people who speak about Ruto must go, they should come up with the right agenda on what they need to come up with after Ruto has gone. However, according to him, they are not subscribing to those narratives, and he said that those who are subscribed to Ruto must go, equally they should say where that Ruto must be going. He further talked about the ouster of Edwin Sifuna as a Secretary General, saying that in as much as many people may be questioning the move and the intent why Sifuna was ousted from the party as the Secretary General, he said that in as much as democracy takes place, equally that democracy should be accompanied with the discipline. And in the ODM party, in as much as it's the democratic movement where democracy is upheld, they also uphold discipline, especially to the top officials. Here, he was referring to Edwin Sifuna and especially how he has gone against all the Linda ground, or rather what the Linda ground stands for. You understand, Linda Ground has been advocating for the broad-based agreement, but Edwin Sifuna has been against that broad-based agreement even from the word go when Raila Odinga was alive. It's not the first time when Edwin Sifuna has shifted the camps from Linda Ground to Linda Mwananchi. It is not the first time when Edwin Sifuna has warned the Kenyans against William Ruto administration, and it's not the first time when Edwin Sifuna has said that Raila Odinga and the entire ODM is not in broad-based agreement. However, after Raila Odinga died, William Ruto met a few individuals, including, in fact, Oburu Oginga was not there. It was a special meeting between William Ruto and 4 people of ODM, and that is Gladys Wanga, Abdul Swamad, Nasir Sharif, Simbarati, and the Suba East Member of Parliament, Junet Mohammed. Here, they had stricken a deal that a broad-based government should be working henceforth. However, Edwin Sifuna, who went to fetch Baba's remains from Mumbai, India, when he came back, he realized all had happened, and they said and swore against not supporting William Ruto. And that is the reason why we have two teams. We have Linda Mwananchi and the Linda Ground, where Linda Mwananchi believe that the ODM party should not be in government through the broad-based agreement. While Linda Ground, they believe in working with William Ruto ahead of 2027 election. And initially, Edwin Sifuna had insulted Oburu Oginga while in a Kisumu rally. Here, Sifuna said that there are many people, when they grow old, they age aggressively with a lot of knowledge. But he pointed out that some people, they don't age well. Yani wanazeeka vibaya. The likes of Oburu Oginga and Atuoli. I think this thing must have haunted Oburu Oginga so much, to an extent today he responded to the to him being old, and said that getting old is an advantage, and also he said that he's not, in as much as he's old, he is not weak as Sifuna thinks. He's not a weakling. That is a reply he gave to Edwin Sifuna. And that shows that whatever Edwin Sifuna said about him aging badly, or rather, how can I translate that? Alisema anazeeka vibaya. Yeah, he was replying to that, saying that in as much as he's old, is not so weak like Edwin Sifuna thinks. And then lastly, it is something he said that has been debated for so long about Edwin Sifuna going back. You know, there are some people who are saying that Gladys Wanga and Oburu Oginga, they should allow Edwin Sifuna and the brigade to go back to ODM so that they can strengthen it. But, when they go back to strengthen it, it means Godfrey Ososi goes back to his position, Edwin Sifuna goes back to his Secretary General position. But according to Oburu Oginga, he said that if they want to fly, let them fly. And if they want to come back, they should come back, but on one condition, that no one goes to top leadership. They'll begin from the tail end. There is a condition that Oburu Oginga now is giving Edwin Sifuna. You know, initially they were begging Edwin Sifuna tentatively. They were begging Sifuna and the team to go back to ODM because they realized that they cannot have that negotiating power if Edwin Sifuna and the team are not there, because it's like the people tend to follow Sifuna's Linda Mwananchi so much than Linda Ground. However, from what happened yesterday and the kind of people who attended the Nyakach rally, it seems that it had given them some pride, and that is why Oburu Oginga today is talking about, if you don't want to fly alone, but if you come, you need to follow our condition and be at the tail end. However, in as much as they've been calling Linda Mwananchi team, begging them to come back, Godfrey Ososi, who was the deputy party leader of ODM and now the senator of Vihiga County, he said that they had given the team Linda Mwananchi some conditions. Team Linda Ground some conditions. And they told them that if they want them to go back to ODM Linda Ground so that they can scrap everything, Linda Ground and Linda Mwananchi, and they have a streamlined ODM, number one, they should prepare a national election whereby everyone will be voted for by the delegates. Not that the way Oburu Oginga was elected, was appointed and then ratified as someone, as the party that has lost direction and they went against the constitution. So according to them, the Linda Mwananchi, they wanted them to prepare national elections so that they go there and everyone, all delegates be allowed to vote, and the vote should be transparent, credible, and fair. Number two, they should avoid William Ruto as plague. That's condition number two, and I don't know whether that can work. And then condition number three, they said that before everything, once they join the ODM, then all the leaders Gladys Wanga, Oburu Oginga, James Arati, or the Simba Arati, Abdul Swamad, they should resign from their respective seats because they want genuine leaders to lead that party. So you realize those conditions they've given them, they are conditions that cannot be, they cannot be fulfilled. For one, they are deep into broad-based agreement. And they said that they had some people, some team that was concluding the negotiations with the UDA, ODM UDA. So that tells you that these people, they'll never come together anytime soon. And for this reason, I guess Oburu Oginga realized that in as much as they're begging, in as much as they might look desperate, they need to stand on their ground. And now here is vowing to deal with the Sifuna in as much as he's old. Because in as much as he's old, he is not weak. Don't know what you think. You can write your comment down there in the comment section. Let us talk, let us discuss. Perhaps it can form a basis of whatever we're going to talk about in the next video. If you're new here, consider subscribing, liking and sharing our content. Hit the notification bell so that you can be receiving notifications each and every time we bring you a new content.